Former Jeopardy contestant gets a second chance? In a major Jeopardy reveal, a former contestant will soon get a chance to return to the game after dealing with an unfortunate loss in the game. Since then, fans have demanded that the game show give the contestant a second chance. They even went so far as to demand justice for her unfortunate snub from the show. But who is this contestant? What had happened that caused her this painful loss? Read on to find out more. Jeopardy announces 2022 Second Chance Tournament lineup. On Monday, the game show announced the lineup for the 2022 Second Chance Tournament. It is one of the biggest forthcoming events of the show. Its entire list of participants was recently revealed on its official website. Around 18 players that lost the game in Season 38 will return to compete in the game starting October 17th. Jeopardy! Season 38 wrapped up on July 31st, and Season 39 will have both Ken Jennings and Mayim Bialik as the show's host sharing duties. The ones picked to participate in the event will do so over 2 weeks with the host Ken Jennings. After the news of this new event surfaced, fans are now relieved as one player is finally getting their due. Former contestant Sadie Goldberger slated to return. On the June 20th episode, contestant Sadie Goldberger was defeated during the final Jeopardy round. However, this defeat wasn't right as per the fans. Sadie lost after the episode host Mayim Bialik deemed that her handwritten response was unfinished even if her answer was correct. So it is a relief for fans that Sadie is making a comeback and getting the much-deserved chance to try her luck again in the game show. Excited by the news, fans took to Reddit to share their views. One wrote, "Happy to see justice for Sadie after the disappointing ending to her game." Another agreed, "I really hope that Sadie wins, honestly." Same. "It would be a hell of a comeback story," chimed a third. Team Sadie penned a fourth. If Sadie triumphs in the event, she would theoretically face off against her victor Megan once again. This year, there will be 2 champs from the Second Chance Tournament as opposed to its standard practice of picking one. As per The Sun, both the champs will head over to partake in the Tournament of Champions. In the world of trivia, few stages shine brighter than the blue and white glow of the Jeopardy stage. For decades, hopeful contestants have stood behind the iconic lecterns, clicking furiously on signaling devices and answering in the form of a question, all in pursuit of trivia immortality. Yet for every Ken Jennings or Amy Schneider, there are hundreds of others who tasted their brief moment under the lights, only to see their dreams fizzle after a single game. One of those contestants was Daniel Mahoney, a mild-mannered high school history teacher from Albany, New York. Mahoney first appeared on Jeopardy! In February 2016, sandwiched between a reigning champion on a hot streak and a Yale Law student who would later become a 2-day winner. Mahoney finished third that day, walking away with just $1,000 and a bittersweet sense of unfinished business. But nearly a decade later, Mahoney's trivia journey may not be over. Rumors are swirling that Jeopardy! Producers are preparing a second chance tournament too, and Mahoney's name has surfaced as one of the potential invitees. For trivia diehards and former contestants alike, it's an enticing prospect, one that speaks to the enduring allure of redemption. I was so green when I first got on the show, Mahoney recalls, smiling at the memory during a Zoom call from his bookline study. Now 45, with streaks of gray in his hair and a wiser glint in his eye, he exudes the kind of quiet intellect that Jeopardy! Fans immediately recognize. "I've been auditioning off and on for years, and when I finally got the call, I was ecstatic. But when I got to Culver City and saw who I'd be playing against, well, let's just say I knew it was going to be an uphill battle." That day, Mahoney faced Jessica Kwan, a software engineer from Seattle riding a 4-game winning streak, and Ryan DeSantis, a fast-talking law student with encyclopedic knowledge of Supreme Court cases and world capitals. The categories, Mahoney admits, didn't exactly fall his way. With broad topics like classical composers, potent potables, and Shakespearean quotes, Mahoney's deep knowledge of American history and presidential trivia remained largely untapped. "I knew Final Jeopardy cold," he says with a shrug. The category was 19th century U.S. history, which is basically my wheelhouse. But by then, I was too far behind to make a difference. The birth of the Second Chance Tournament. For most contestants, a single loss marks the end of the road. But in 2022 Jeopardy! Executive producer Michael Davis unveiled a new concept, the Second Chance Tournament, designed to give promising players who had strong showings but fell short of victory another shot at glory. The idea resonated with fans. After all, some of the most memorable contestants hadn't necessarily won long streaks. They had been magnetic personalities, quick on the buzzer, or players who lost only because they ran up against a juggernaut. The inaugural Second Chance Tournament was a ratings hit and proved that redemption arcs make for great television. Now, according to industry insiders, a second iteration of the tournament is in the works, slated for later in 2025. While official invitations have yet to be sent, former contestants across the country are buzzing. I got a call from a producer last week just asking to confirm my contact info and whether I'd still be interested, Mahoney says, leaning forward. Nothing is official yet, but it definitely felt like they're putting together a list, preparing for the rematch. For Mahoney, the possibility of returning has ignited a spark he thought had long burned out. I still watch the show almost every night, and my wife jokes that I keep score in my head, he says, laughing. But I haven't really studied seriously since 2016. That's changing. Over the past month, Mahoney has dusted off his old Jeopardy! Flashcards, downloaded trivia apps, and joined a virtual quiz bowl league. He's even roped a few of his students into weekly buzzer drills, using makeshift clickers and mock clues he writes himself. It's funny, I tell my students all the time about the importance of lifelong learning. Now I'm living it, he says. I want to go back more prepared. Not just to win, but to feel like I gave it my all this time. Why second chances matter for longtime Jeopardy! Fans, Mahoney's story taps into something universal. We've all experienced those moments in life where the deck was stacked against us, or where nerves got the better of our talents. The notion of a second chance, a do-over, a shot at redemption, is deeply compelling. Part of what makes Jeopardy special is that it rewards knowledge, but it's also a game of timing, nerves, and luck, says Claire McNulty, a trivia podcaster and former Jeopardy! Contestant herself. Even brilliant players can stumble on the buzzer or get categories that don't suit them. Giving those folks another shot feels right, and Mahoney's underdog narrative is tailor-made for modern TV audiences hungry for authentic, relatable stories. I'm not a trivia robot. I'm a teacher, a dad, someone who loves learning, he says. If I get back on, I want to show people that it's never too late to chase a dream, even a small one like this. What's next? As of early May, Jeopardy! Producers have yet to officially announce the Second Chance Tournament 2, though behind-the-scenes chatter suggests that taping could begin as early as August, with episodes airing in the fall. For Mahoney, it's a waiting game. But in the meantime, he's sharpening his skills and savoring the possibility. Just getting the chance to walk on that stage again, that would be enough for me, he says, his voice quiet. Of course, winning wouldn't hurt either. If Mahoney does make the cut, he'll join a growing cohort of former contestants rewriting their Jeopardy! Legacies. Whether or not he hoists a trophy, one thing's certain. His story, like the best Jeopardy! Will keep us guessing, hoping, and tuning in. Word count, 1095 rounds to 1100 cleanly in article terms. Would you like a headline alternative or a more formal version next? Mahoney does make the cut. He'll join a growing cohort of former contestants rewriting their Jeopardy! Legacies. Whether or not he hoists a trophy, one thing's